When we examine the great empires of the ancient world, our minds often turn to the brutal spectacles of Rome, the gladiator games, the mass crucifixions, and the public slave markets. But true imperial control isn't always won on the battlefield. The Achaemenid Persian Empire mastered a different kind of warfare. One fought not with armies, but in the minds of their subjects. Theirs was a system designed to break enemies from the inside out, ensuring that conquest was absolute and eternal. A key instrument in this psychological conquest was the royal harem. For the wives and daughters of defeated kings, being taken into the Persian court was not a reprieve from slavery, but a sentence to a different kind of prison. In this gilded cage, they became living trophies, constant reminders of their family's defeat. The symbolism was a brutal political strategy. By absorbing these royal women, the Persian king effectively seized control of his enemy's dynasty and bloodline. Their children, now half Persian, could be installed as puppet rulers, securing Persian dominance for generations. This practice was made clear after the fall of Babylon in 539 BC, when the family of King Nabonidus was absorbed into Cyrus the Great's court, signaling the definitive end of Babylon's royal line. When a message needed to be more visceral, the Persians used physical mutilation to destroy a rival family's spirit. A queen or noblewoman was more than an individual. She was an embodiment of her people's identity, grace, and dynastic future. To disfigure her was to symbolically destroy that hope. The historian Herodotus tells the chilling story of Xerxes' wife, Queen Amestris. Enraged by Xerxes' obsession with his brother's wife, Amestris demanded the woman be handed over to her. In a calculated act of cruelty, she had the woman's nose, ears, lips, and breasts cut off before sending her back, mutilated beyond recognition. This was not just revenge. It was a public erasure of the woman's very identity, an act of symbolic annihilation that led to a failed rebellion and the slaughter of her entire family. For those who dared to rebel, the Persians ensured their punishment was a public spectacle designed to terrorize the population. Rebels and traitors were often impaled or crucified, and their bodies were left to rot along roadsides or outside city gates as a grim warning. This punishment was frequently extended to the entire family, making resistance a generational death sentence. This policy of terror was immortalized in stone on the Behistun inscription. Commissioned by Darius the Great, this massive carving on a mountainside was not just a record of his victories, it was state propaganda. It depicted defeated kings bound and humiliated, awaiting their execution, broadcasting a clear message to the empire: resistance is futile. While the Romans turned conquered people into property, the Persian strategy aimed for something deeper: the complete erasure of an enemy's identity, beauty, and bloodline. Their cruelty had a clear purpose: to make subjects obey not out of loyalty, but out of sheer terror. Rome's queens might be paraded in a triumph. Persia's were hidden in harems, their dynasties ending in silence. By targeting families and destroying legacies, the Persians achieved a psychological annihilation that was arguably more absolute than physical chains. They understood that true power wasn't just about conquering people, it was about conquering their future. Long after the blood on the battlefield dried, the fear remained.